Hi, my little babies. Welcome back to another episode of What the Smut Book Review. In today's video, first of all, hi, my name is Candace. Who's ready for another episode of Manic Candace? If you have to deal with it for optimistically half an hour, imagine living in here. Yes, I know, scary. Okay, in today's video, we are back on our Fiona Cole-ish, and we will be reviewing book 5. Book 5 of Fiona Cole's Voyeur series, and it is called Liar. Okay, so this one is obviously some taboo-ness, which I'm here for, because who doesn't like it's not her dad's best friend, but it's her uncle's best friend, and so it's still like age gap and yummy forbiddenness, right? Okay, we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna warn you, this review is gonna be a shit show. You've been warned, because I didn't take hardly any notes for this book. I literally just went about my merry way, just listening to the audiobook, and I was like, no, I'll write this down later. I didn't write any of it down. I never came back to my notes. I never came back to my reading journal. Oh well, we're going to do our best to remember literally anything about the plot, because it's been, oh God, like a month since I read this book. I don't remember what I ate for breakfast yesterday. If that gives you any indication as to how fucked we are. Anyway, in today's video, we will be reviewing that book, and I'm going to give you the deets for the book, and then I'll read you the blurb, and then we'll try and break it down a little bit, okay? Okay. This book and all the books in this series are free to read with KU. If you want to purchase this book for your Kindle, you can get it right now for the price of $4.99. If you want the lovely trade paperback, I'll show it again. If you want that lovely trade paperback, you can currently get it for the price of $14.99. Was it the last Fiona Cole book that I reviewed where I said that like the price of the paperbacks had gone up and that they used to be $14.99, but it was listed for like $18 and change? Was that Karina's book that was like that, or am I thinking of a totally different book? Anyway, this one's $14.99. It's like it's on sale. So what's your excuse? You should get it. I don't think this book is available in hardcover, but it is available in audio. I did the audio. Now, the last Fiona Cole book that I talked about was narrated by Teddy Hamilton, and I think I went in. I'm sorry, Fiona. I think I went in on being like inundated with Teddy Hamilton voice for like the last month. It seems like every audiobook I choose is narrated by fucking Teddy Hamilton. I love Teddy Hamilton. Don't get me wrong, his voice is hot, but motherfucker sounds aggro all the time. Like, he has perfect, in my humble opinion, he has perfect, like, stalker, possessive alpha. That's his jam. Like, he has the perfect voice for that. When it comes to, like, the more lovey-dovey type characters, or, like, the softer, like, not soft, but, like, you know what I mean, the more sensitive types, when I listen to his voice trying to portray those types, it doesn't it doesn't resonate as well because I feel like he just sounds so mad. He sounds so angry all the time. So like some of the books that I've listened to over the last month that have been narrated by Teddy Hamilton have been, he makes the book. It's like, it's amazing. But he also has the power to break a book. It's a lot of power to have in just your voice. It don't cost much. Just your voice. Poor unfortunate souls. Okay, I'm sorry. This audiobook is narrated by, according to Amazon, Ava Erickson and Brian Polino. Is that how you say his name? Okay. I wasn't mad about his voice at all. He's the same narrator who narrates, I want to say for Daniel's book as well. Don't quote me. Don't quote me on that, but I'm pretty sure. I don't remember hating either of them. And typically, if it doesn't stand out in my mind as hatred and loathing, I don't remember it. So if I don't remember what their voices sounded like, then they must have been good because I didn't have any reason to complain. And you know me, I love complaining about stuff. So there you go. I would recommend the audio for this book. Now, allegedly, according to Amazon, this book has 254 pages. I don't have the physical book here. I've ordered it. It's coming. But I decided not to wait. Okay? So I can't argue, even though you know I want to. You know I want to. And I think we both know that that's probably a lie. Because Amazon's track record speaks for itself. So, anyway, we're going to let them have it today and just assume that it's 254 pages. Okay. Now, I'm going to read what I wrote in my reading journal for this book. It is laughably short. There's literally nothing. Usually this entire page would be filled and I will have bled over to here because I'm a wordy bitch. However, as you can see, I just stopped taking notes. So, yeah. Now, before we jump into what this book is about, before we jump into me reading from my journal, let's read the description, right? Let's read the blurb so you guys have some idea in a coherent fashion of what the book is about before I start in on the incoherent fashion. Don't say I never did nothing for you. Okay. Okay. He was my uncle's friend and I was too young for him. But in the heat of the moment, against the wall in a darkened hallway of an illicit club, none of those things mattered. It was just one night of giving in to what we both wanted. I never expected to see him 2 years later sitting across from me during a family dinner, encouraging me to do my internship for his business. On day one, we both agreed that repeating that night would be a mistake, but it's a mistake we can't help but make again and again. Yeah, they do. The rules are simple. We can't tell my uncle. We have to be content with our hotel rendezvous, and we won't fall in love. But we both know we're liars. Okay, now, the two main characters for this book are Olivia and Kent. We have met Olivia briefly in the earlier books, but it was mostly in Oakley's book, Oakley and Callum, book 1, Voyeur. We met Olivia briefly there because she was, I want to say roommates with Oakley or something. They were friends. Kent, we have not met hardly at all because Kent is like Daniel's, which is Olivia's uncle, and the owner of Voyeur. Daniel's like silent partner. Like he's in on the business, but he doesn't partake of the business. You know what I'm saying? So we haven't gotten much from him, aside from the fact that he's older and distinguished and should be on his best behavior, but he's not. So that's pretty much all we know about Kent, right? Now, this is what I wrote for my notes. Are you ready? Okay. Olivia distancing herself emotionally because ex Aaron cheated on her. Has to choose unpaid internship for a class. Doesn't want to. Finds everything boring. Kent comes to family dinner. Knows he fucked their daughter, but doesn't expect her to be at dinner. 2 years ago, slept with Olivia at sex club. Plans change and she shows up. Family suggests she intern with Kent. Okay. That's literally all I wrote. Sad. Now for the individual traits for Olivia, I wrote niece of Daniel. And then in parentheses, I wrote Voyeur owner, college junior. That's it. For Kent, I wrote half owner of Voyeur. Owns hotels. Almost done with new one. And I actually have some views. How? Olivia is obviously in college. She is, I want to say she's like aimless. Her life is aimless. She is very discontent with her love life, with life in general. She is Daniel's niece. Daniel is the owner of Voyeur. He's almost like a surrogate father to her, even though she does still have a father. But Daniel has been the one that she's always been able to go to whenever she had a problem. Like, he's taught her more in life than her real father. Even though they're close and they have a good relationship, Daniel is the more understanding, more cool, the cool uncle. He's the cool uncle. Okay. Now, Kent is half owner of Voyeur. He's like the silent half. He also owns a chain of hotels. He's got his distinguished hand in a lot of different pies. He's a businessman. He's allegedly very straight-laced, very distinguished older gentleman, right? Now, Kent and Olivia had a sexual interaction with each other 2 years in the past. One night when she snuck into her uncle's club at Voyeur. At the time, Kent, I don't remember if he knew who she was, but shortly thereafter he found out who she was. And he goes into this family dinner that I vaguely spoke of, with the knowledge that he's having dinner with Olivia's parents and Daniel, but he doesn't expect Olivia to be there because Olivia's in college and she should be off in her dorm living off ramen, etc., etc. So he goes. Daniel drags him because he's in town for once. He goes out of town frequently. But he goes to dinner knowing full well that he's going to look these people in the face and know, I banged your daughter against the wall in a sex club. But he's chill about it. You know what I mean? Like he's very stoic. He's very like, that's my way of looking distinguished. So he goes, and then Olivia shows up. She doesn't know that he's there. She doesn't know, I can't remember if she knew who he was. I want to say, yeah. When she gets to the dinner, she knows who he is. Because obviously they've been, like, her uncle and him have been friends for a hot minute. So she knew who he was when she banged him. She goes to the dinner and she's blindsided. Oh shit, you're here. I haven't seen her talk to you in 2 years since that time that you were inside me. Right? He gives nothing away. She's a little stunned at first, but afterwards she tries to remain chill, right, through dinner. They're making small talk. Okay. Her mother asks her, so how's school going? What's going on? Have you decided on, your internship? She has to do an internship for one of her classes as like to complete the course. In order to it's like an unpaid internship. And she has to get the person, the owner, whoever, to sign off on paperwork at the end of the internship, stating that she's done a good job and that she's learned shit, right? So her parents have the great idea. Why don't you ask Kent if you can intern at his company? He's building a new hotel and you could shadow him and blah, blah, blah. At first they're like, no, that's a terrible idea. But eventually, because she wants to be stuck in his craw, basically. She's like, oh, you're so stoic around me and you're so unaffected by my presence. Well, then I'm gonna make it hard for you and I'm gonna be stuck up your ass like a bug for the duration. And then at that point, she decides to go for it. Yes, I would like to intern at your company, sir. I'll be there bright and early Monday morning. So she starts interning for him. Their sexual chemistry is already like from the jump. It's like, right? So she follows him around. He explains stuff to her when he has to. He deliberately tries to, in the beginning, to distance himself. He turns her over to like his assistant person. I want to say like the concierge of of whatever. And it's a woman. And she's gonna be your contact person, not me. Like at this point, she doesn't even have his phone number. As she's working there, obviously she gets it and they start to message back and forth. So if like you're looking for a nice little dose of like sexting and stuff, yes, you'll get that in here. But at first he tries to like stay away from her. And then he feels himself obviously drawn to her. And so he starts to try and teach her things about the hotel business. While doing this, he realizes that she has a good eye for like interior design. And she gives him pointers on how to decorate the rooms and what accessories should be used and where things should go. And it's right. She's good at it. And he realizes this and he lets her have like free reign. Oh, that sounds good. I trust you, whatever. She's never had that. Like she's always, yes, Daniel has like been there to support her, but she's never really had anyone go, you're really good at this. You should pursue this. You should do this. And Kent does that for her. Now, obviously, over the course of the book, he goes out of town on frequent business trips, mostly, for work, but a lot of it is just to stay away from her, to try and keep some distance between the two of them. Eventually, they do start having sex again because he can't be in a room with her and not want to like jump her bones and vice versa. So they do start having sex. The whole time, they have to keep it a secret from Daniel because she knows that losing Daniel and his faith in her and his support would be like losing a limb. She's deathly afraid of Daniel finding out about them. And it reaches a point where Kent is very invested and he wants to come clean to Daniel because he wants to be with her. But she can't. She's terrified. It pushes him to the brink of basically telling her, nut up or shut up. Well, she shuts up. She does him super dirty and she basically breaks his heart. And in a moment of like rage fucking, they get caught. And Daniel finds out anyway. And she breaks down because she thinks Daniel, well, obviously Daniel's pissed off. But he's more pissed off at Kent than he is at Olivia. He still loves Olivia, that's his niece. And he wants her to know what she's doing. But Kent has been his best friend for years. So it feels like a super duper betrayal. Now, when he comes to the realization after he's supremely beat the shit out of Kent, he comes to the realization that Kent is in love with her. Like, she's not just some teenage fuck. I don't think she's a teenager. She's like 20 or something. But she's not just some like young piece of ass that Kent went after with no regard to the consequences. He really loves her and has been wanting to tell Daniel the truth for a long time. And he tells Daniel, you need to go after her. She's gonna think you hate her now. And that's literally all she's cared about this whole time. Which Daniel does. Him and Olivia hash it out, and he's fine after a while. Because at first he big mad. But then he's fine. And he just comes up with the rules of no PDA in front of me. Don't talk about anything intimate in front of me. Don't do anything that reminds me of the fact that you two have been fucking like rabbits for like the last 6 months. Okay. So they do. And I can't remember who goes after whom. I'm trying to remember. It's got to be Olivia because Kent was the one that was hurt. And I felt so bad for him because he was in it. He was in it to win it. And she just shit all over him. I mean, like, obviously she had reasons for shitting all over him, but it doesn't make me feel better, okay? So, yeah. So eventually she makes amends with Kent. And they live happily ever after. Now, I want to say, I'm trying to remember if there are any scenes like actually at Voyeur. The majority of their sex takes place at the hotel. He has a room dedicated to fucking her. Like, she goes, well, she's supposed to be there working anyway. Who's gonna know if she slips away into, right? So most of their boinking goes on at the hotel. But I'm trying to recall if she ever goes to Voyeur with him after the like previous experience, and I can't remember. My brain is trash. It's fine. But yeah, so obviously this book has an HEA, and I did enjoy it. So will I say that this was one of my favorites from the series? No, I don't think I would. Obviously there's 6 books in this series. Everybody's gonna have their favorites, right? For me personally, my favorites were book 1, Voyeur, book 3, Savior, and probably Daniel's book, Teacher, which is the next one, the next and final one in the series. But for the rating for this book, I would give it a solid 9. I did enjoy it. I did like it. I would recommend it to, if you like age gap, if you like forbidden romance, if you like, I don't know, like just hot sex, then you'll get it here. I mean, I want to say there's also a little bit of like kinkery sprinkled in. He likes, if I'm not mistaken, he likes to choke his women. That does stand out for me in my mind, because that's an important detail I needed to remember. So yeah, he's delicious. But anyway, yeah, I would highly recommend this book to other people, and I would recommend this series. I think everybody should read this series. I really enjoyed it. Will I read some of Fiona's other stuff? Absolutely, for sure. But yeah, I think that's it, guys. 30 minutes later, Jesus Lord, and I didn't say anything. How is that possible? I thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, if you like me and you like my channel, please consider subscribing. I would really appreciate it. If you would like, you can follow me on social media. I am super active on Instagram, but I also have a members only Facebook group and a Twitter devoted to this channel. I'll link them all in the description box below, and I'll put a little banner here on the screen for you guys to see. If you're interested in checking out some of my bookish merch, sure looks like a tent. I will link my Teespring shop below and put a little thing here on the screen for you guys to see. And yeah, I think that's it. I think I'm done. Thank you so much for joining me for this video. I can't wait to get to the next review for Teacher, because I loved that one. Daniel, he's so serious. But anyway, look forward to that. Hopefully I took more notes. I don't actively remember, but we'll see. Thank you so much for joining me. I love you so much, and I'll see you guys on my next one. Bye. Okay, all right. This Candace looking like a full-blown corpse. Cool, cool, cool. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. I'm not worried about it. I've come to the conclusion that this is just my face. This is just my face. I don't have money for plastic surgery, so I'm stuck with it. I'm used to it. You should get used to it too. Anyway, here we are. Okay. Let's just jump straight into it, because this one is gonna be a joke. Because I didn't take any notes. Great. It's great. It's great. Okay. Are we ready? Me neither. Are you ready? Me neither. Let's go. Let's just do it. Okay. Let's just do the damn thing, shall we? Hey. Okay. Who's ready for another episode of Manic Candace? Allegedly, according to Amazon, this book has 254 pages. Stop it. Allegedly, according to this Do you have a grasp of the English language at all? Then fucking act like it. Allegedly, according to Amazon, this book has 254 pages. Why can't I transition from the number 4 to the word pages? What is with my coloring here? I feel like I feel patchy as fuck. I feel like I have 2 eyebrows on. One is my regular color and one is like an orangey color. Anyway, okay. So, as you can clearly see, the 2 main characters for this book are Olivia and Kent. Olivia is... Stop running!
I'm not running.
You are running. I can hear you clomping all over the house.
No, that was me knocking the door.
What do you want?
I can't help me.
Oh, please don't make me bite into these, Charlotte. They're gonna get all in my... Gross. Now my hands are gonna be sticky.
I think it's gonna hurt my color.
Probably, yeah. Don't let it touch that. Ain't it wonderful to be where I always wanted to be, here in New York City? Hello. 1. Okay. This one might not be good. It's kind of
squishy.
I got like the to my teeth. It's in between my teeth. Your lipstick looks crazy.
There's the ball sticking a Cheeto. There's the ball sticking a Cheeto.
Oh, you're eating Cheetos?
Just kidding.
Okay, here.
Bye. After my. Where's it go?
Cuties? Halos?
Oranges.
Halos.
Orange.
All right, here.
It's not what it's called. You're fine this way.
That's fine. Just close the door. Ah. Piece of orange stuck in my teeth. Okay. All right, so, and scene, and scene, and scene, and scene, and scene, and cut, and cut. Ugh, okay, I'm all fucked up, y'all. I'm all fucked up. I will not be reviewing you. Go fuck yourself. I hated that book. I won't tell you which book it was. I already did that one. I already did that one. I love you so much. I don't think there will be many bloopers because A, my videos are shorter these days, and B, I think I only fucked up a handful of times. I kind of just went with the flow and whatever happened, happened. Story of my life. Story of my life. Anyway, I love you guys so much. I'll see you later. Bye. Oh no, it's still, I was about to say it's not jiggling anymore, but it is jingling.